This is Learn English with Ease.
English made powerful, simple, and yours.
Hey, welcome back to Learn English with Ease. If you've been struggling with English, not in terms of understanding it, but in terms of feeling like yourself in it, this episode is going to speak to something very real. I want to start with a question. Have you ever felt smarter in your native language, but suddenly less intelligent when you speak English? Like, in your own language, you're clever, funny, quick. But in English, you feel slow, uncertain, maybe even stupid? You're not alone. I've heard this from hundreds of learners. And today, Emma and I are going to unpack the deep emotional and psychological reasons behind this, and how to finally break free from it.
Jack, I'm honestly so glad we're talking about this, because this feeling, this invisible shift in how smart we feel, it's so common, and yet no one teaches you how to deal with it. Language learners often carry this secret shame. They tell themselves, maybe I'm just not that smart, or maybe I'm not cut out for English. But here's the truth. The moment you step into another language, you lose access to a big part of your personality. Your humor, your timing, your cultural references, they don't translate easily. So of course you feel less quick. But that doesn't mean you are less intelligent. It just means you're still learning how to transfer your intelligence into this new system.
Yes. And I want to say this directly to everyone listening. You're not dumb. You're not slow. You're navigating a complex identity shift. Think about it. In your native language, you've had years, decades even, to build up your voice. You know how to make people laugh. You know how to argue, to comfort, to joke, to inspire. But when you speak English, you're doing all of that without your full toolbox. It's like trying to play a piano with half the keys missing. You know the melody, but you can't fully play it yet. That's not a sign of low intelligence. That's a sign of courage.
Absolutely. And can we talk about emotional safety for a minute? Because most people underestimate how much that affects fluency. In your native language, you speak from a place of familiarity. You're not afraid of sounding weird. But in English, you hesitate. You self-monitor. You judge every word. And that self-judgment creates stress. And do you know what stress does to the brain? It shuts down access to language. Literally. So even if you know the words, your brain blocks them. Because your nervous system is in protection mode, not expression mode. So what you're feeling isn't stupidity, it's survival.
That right there is so important. Because when you're in survival mode, your goal isn't to express yourself. It's to avoid danger. And what feels like danger in this case? Judgment, rejection, embarrassment. All the things that make us feel small. And so, to protect yourself, your brain says, let's stay quiet. But what happens then? You stay silent. You say less. You become smaller in English. Not because you are, but because you're trying to stay safe.
That's where the healing starts, by realizing this is not a you problem. It's a system problem. Language learning has been taught in a way that prioritizes correctness over connection. And when you prioritize perfection, you lose voice. So we need to rewire how we talk to ourselves in English. Instead of saying, I sound stupid, we say, I'm learning how to be me in another language. Instead of, I'm bad at this, we say, I'm building fluency one conversation at a time.
And we need to stop comparing ourselves to native speakers. That's like planting a flower and getting angry it's not a tree. You're not supposed to sound like them. You're supposed to sound like you, in English. And you know what? That's going to take time. It's going to feel awkward. You'll make mistakes. But through that process, you're going to discover something amazing. Your voice in English. Not a copy, not a version, but your real, raw, imperfect, powerful voice.
So if you've ever felt dumb in English, I want you to breathe. I want you to be gentle with yourself. Because this is not a reflection of your intelligence. It's a reflection of how brave you are. You're rebuilding an entire identity through another language. That takes guts. And the more you show up, even in broken sentences, the more your true self starts to shine through.
And remember, English is not the goal. Connection is, expression is, freedom is. So let that be the path. Let your learning be messy. Let your voice crack. Let your words be simple. Because every time you speak, even when it feels awkward, you are reclaiming your power.
We're so proud of you. Keep going. You are not behind. You are becoming.
Thanks for being here with us. If this episode touched something inside you, share it. Leave a comment. Let someone else know they're not alone. And we'll see you in the next one.
Speak slowly. Speak bravely. Speak like you. Subscribe to Learn English with Ease, your space to grow, heal, and connect through English.